let's just discuss what you need to win a war. If you are fighting a war, what are 3 things you need to look at, okay? And there are 3 things, and that's it. First thing you want to look at is economics. Okay, economics. Second thing you want to look at is organization. The third thing you want to look at is logistics. So the first thing is resource management. In other words, you're trying to win a war as cheaply and as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, right now, the Americans are not fighting a war of economics. If you're spending $300 million in military equipment in order to rescue a pilot, you're not going to win this war. So economics is really important. Secondly, is the idea of organization, which is the implementation of strategy. So you have a strategy, and then you implement it. And here, what's really important is the simpler the strategy, the easier it is to implement. Okay? You want the strategy to be very simple because you have to organize it, implement it. So if you are trying to build an air base in the middle of Iran so you can extract uranium from the Iranians, that's not a good organization. The third issue is logistics, which is just supply, okay? Making sure that your forces have the necessary equipment, the resources in order to fight the war effectively. And right now, the Americans are not concerned with any of these issues, economics, organization, and logistics. But these are the 3 major issues that you will need to figure out if you want to win a war. And unfortunately, right now, the Americans are too much focused on optics and narrative. So that's why I think the Americans will ultimately lose this war, because the Iranians are actually fighting a real war where they're trying to win the war as cheaply as possible, where they're implementing a very simple strategy that allows for proper organization, and they are trying to maintain logistics, okay? The Americans are just trying to win the war in the most Hollywood fashion as possible. And this is going to lead to disaster, both in the short term and the long term.